10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Oh my goodness, XSplit, please give me a break!
Winter Wyvern.
Radiant team pick.
Okay, whatever. Hello guys, welcome back. Game number 2 here in this best of 3 in the MLG World Finals 2015 North American Qualifiers. I'm Durka here in the JD Studios. Let's get straight into the game, shall we? Draft has begun. Fire against Digital Chaos. Game number 1 went to DC. Game number 2, they've got to find their way a little way back into this series, but I'm not alone tonight. Clairvoyant's my co-caster. XSplit is being a little bit naughty. Hopefully you'll be able to save me from the mysteries of technology. How are you doing?
Great, great. Good to see that Fire has picked up their signature hero for their wins, the Undying. Of course, the TA got already banned out, and I'm sorry to hear about your loss with XSplit, but the game itself is underway, and it's gonna be a good one. I can already smell it.
Undying. Now, the Ags upgrade he got, it's interesting. I don't know how much bearing.
Have you seen it?
It was the first thing I tried, honestly. When I saw that, I got Gorgon, the Wonder Cow, who does like a lot of stats and sort of breakdowns of patch notes and things like that. I got him to actually run the numbers, and if you get 5-man decays on cooldown every time with your decay for the duration of like the first decay, you can get yourself an extra 9,500 HP. It is stupid, but it's obviously difficult to actually land 5-man decays over and over again.
I mean, I won't talk about the specifics of number. Dota's a game influenced by various factors, but I do want to say, from my experiences, and it's a limited sample size for the time being, but every time I've seen an Undying with Aghanims, they became unkillable in the fights. And it's actually a huge problem because despite whether you think you can deal with the Tombstone or not, since the changes with the set of number of hits, it'll always do 2 things. It'll, 1, always slow you, and 2, it'll keep you there. And when you're clumped up hitting a single target in the middle of a fight between multiple heroes, you're in a good position to get 3-man, 2-man decayed. And what that does is it takes away 10 strength every time. It's better than pure damage because I think it messes up your percentile as well. Like if something's supposed to do 300 damage to you and you have 1,200 life points as opposed to 1,000 life points, it's like a lower percentage of your health pool that it's doing the damage for, so it just helps everything. And then your damage, all the damage that gets on you gets amplified by Flesh Golem as well.
Yeah,
I mean I don't know what to say, man. They're gonna nerf it for sure, 100%. If they don't nerf the Aghanims DK in the next patch or next whatever small patch coming out in a few days or whatnot, I'm done.
You're just done.
I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, not that I'm quitting, but it's so ridiculous. If you've seen it in action, it just destroys pubs. You can't win.
Yeah, I went offlane Undying, Midas, Aghanims, Octarine Core. Honestly, Octarine Core. That's your second or third item as well. You need that for more decays. More decays. You get lifesteal from it as well. It's honestly ridiculous.
It's so good, man. I don't know. It's so
much fun. So much fun. But Fire this game. Undying Skyrath. The Winter Wyvern Tusk. Tusk not only a good pick here for Digital Chaos, but like you mentioned in the first game, they like that Tusk Undying, right? They like that combo in the offlane.
Yeah, it's Fire's signature to play Undying on Whitebeard and just play spalls out aggressive. And with the Bristleback buffs, honestly, I wouldn't expect to... I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Bristleback here this game also. They banned out AM, they banned out PL. 2 potent counters to their style that they just want to run at people, and these heroes kind of split you up and fight you in a very annoying way. Fire saying, I want a heads-up fight, and I'm going to bring it to you.
I was going to ask about the Spirit Breaker here. Another hero that can do a very similar thing. That's that bristleback, but let's see. Does Fire go for it? I also, like, what happened to Earthshaker? Ever since the patch has come out, nobody wants to play Earthshaker anymore.
Still very good. I think one of the reasons why it's being overlooked is because people are starting to prioritize differently. Like, I think DC, I'm not sure if they started picking Wyvern every game, but it looks like this is what they're doing, saying, okay, our number one hero is Winter Wyvern. If we can get it, then we're gonna pick it. And of course, Tusk has always been a first pick hero. As a matter of fact, if you don't see Tusk, it's usually because it's banned in the first phases. And of course, Clockwork and Darkseer are two heroes that Darkseer didn't really get nerfed too hard, and Clockwork didn't get mentioned at all. So all the heroes that basically survived the nerf bans or nerf hammers, they're kind of at the top right now for the time being.
Darkseer, there was no vacuum buff or nerf, which kind of disappointed me. You know, the past 5.
Yeah, no +2 vacuum cooldown. This time he took away 2 intelligence.
Oh yeah, that's right. 2 intelligence gone. That's a little bit sad for him, but still, you know, the triple Iron Shell coming out initially is very strong.
Yeah. I mean, he has such a high int gain as well as a intel hero. I mean, of course, intel heroes in general have high int gains, but this hero gets like I would say an abnormal amount for the amount of spell casting he does. So I think that was a well-needed change, and I'm not sure, but I think he might need more nerfs.
We'll see where things go. Shadow Fiend, gonna be your pickup here from DC. Is this something that they put safe lane, or is this gonna go towards the middle lane for Yawa?
Probably middle lane for the SF. What they want to do with the Queen of Pain here is just to guarantee their safe lane, because despite how aggressive you can be with a hero like Undying, Quap is not a hero that's gonna die on the safe lane unless you make like a very, very major mistake. So I think how they're playing it is just a lane guarantee.
Okay, so you can blink yourself back. You've got that pretty long range where you can always get yourself those last hits in there, and I guess they'll do a similar thing as they did in the last game, Winter Wyvern mid, to help Shadow Fiend gain the first couple of waves, get the souls under his belt, and then Tusk off lane. Do you want to pair him with something, or is he going to be up there alone? Because, you know, having someone stacking, pulling, or even jungling here against Undying +1, if they can't kill the Quap, likely they're going to be roaming around looking for things in the jungle, right?
Wow. Yeah, and this is a push strat coming out of Fire. Just a good old push strat, TI3, TI4 type of push strat.
The insta-Pugna ban, just like, well, I'm going to take this out of the game, you're not going to get the Pugna. Lycan
that's a good ban.
Lycan got some decent buffs, actually. You know, just gonna throw this out here. He hasn't been played really at all over the past 6 to 8 months, but Lycan, his crit got buffed. His strength gain is, you know, a minimal touch up there, up to 3. But shapeshift crit, that's a decent amount of damage they can actually pump out. Still, though, laning him is always relatively awkward.
I'm pretty sure that hero's really good. It's just people are kind of hesitant to try him. I'm actually. In my head, that hero's on the verge of, like, borderline broken. Like he's always gonna be relevant with especially with the Necrobolt buff too. It's just honestly an overall very strong hero.
Yeah, that's the thing. You look at the heroes and you can look at the buffs and nerfs they've got, but a lot of the time it's the sort of items that they like to pick up, or the item changes, which brings heroes back into the game or removes them from the game. It's always kind of interesting. Obviously, you know, there's big buffs where you're just like, right, this hero does a ton now, which you couldn't do before. I'm starting to wonder about Tinker. When I saw the changes to Tinker,
very interesting change. Yeah, it's very good quality of life change.
It seems, because you know, I love playing Tinker. I'm not an amazing player, but he was always like one of my better heroes, and just the feeling I got from that was like, oh god, it's going to get even better for chaining and shift queuing and just absolutely demolishing people with chain combos out. 0.5 seconds on that level 3 rearm. Now Digital Chaos have gone for the Legion Commander here. Interesting.
Again, Legion overwhelming odds is like a very simple solution to pushes. When they gather up or clump up with a whole bunch of summons and presence, you just drop that spell and it does like 300-400 damage to everything, and most of the time it clears out summons in one shot as well. This Legion hero, definitely, it's a work in progress for everyone except NIP, I'm sure. I think there's a better way to play it than just the traditional offlane. I just don't know what, but it just doesn't seem like it fits that well. I mean, NIP run it as a dual lane most of the time where you can play aggressive, and I think that's correct. And now that the Ember Spirits picked up, I gotta say, Fire's lineup, they could either win this between like from minutes 10 Like they can win within the first 10 minutes, and then they could win maybe like. Actually, I don't know. I don't know their timing. It's gonna be very hard if they let the SF farm this game, and I kind of feel like they don't have the tools to not let the SF farm. Because what Legion Commander does to an Ember in the safe lane is like, have you ever seen Bristleback against Ember Spirit? Yeah, Ember actually can't do a thing.
Okay.
The thing with Ember is you need to fight heroes that have magic damage and that like the shield does something. And heroes like Legion and Bristleback, they don't care about your shield. And most of the time when Ember has a spell that the enemy doesn't care about, or most of the time in Dota when the enemy doesn't care about one of your spells, you're kind of like naturally at a disadvantage. So this is kind of the situation with Legion Commander usually.
Yeah,
it's
kind of.
30 seconds to battle.
Pull roots and run! The seeds of fortitude.
With the first
Oh,
breath.
first blood has been spilt. Undying
great. I'm
dies.
not even in the game yet.
Dying dies. I got in just in time as well. Just in time.
So
Like,
what happened with the first blood?
It was DC, it was Winter Wyvern. So AUI got first blood, and they're running aggro tri-lane. Viryu, AUI on the Tusk, and Winter Wyvern, TC over on the Queen of Pain, and they're just going to go aggro tri into this, even with a Scarf Mage and a Zombie here. He's got his Decay out onto the Tusk, and a decent amount of damage coming out there. Throwing out the Queen of Pain as well. But JO safe lane, and they've got the DK mid lane up against that Shadow Fiend. But this aggro tri, I'm not sure what they are aiming to accomplish.
Yeah, this is a... I don't know about this one. Aggro trying against Skywrath and Undying. I mean, we'll have to see how it goes, because AUI is doing a really good job harassing them down, but that's only going to be like every minute or so, so long as he's level 1. So I'm not sure how much pressure they can apply. As I say that, Barrier is actually rotated out already. I think he's going to just go to the safe lane and try to... They can kill the Prophet very easily with 2 heroes. You just simple snowball, ice shard right on top of him, use your nukes, and he's dead.
Yeah, maybe try and stack up for the Shadow Fiend while you're walking past as well. Something built up down there, because Moo, double circlet, double branch, plenty of stats with the Treants out as well. Decent amount of damage out onto Bulba. Queen of Pain up at top lane, it's it's the same scenario we were talking about before. The Undying plus Scarth Mage, they can kill with the Searing Chains Ancient Seal out, with the Queen of Pain maybe putting herself out of position. But she's going to be elusive for the most part. Staying out of vision range, trying to keep herself too far away for the chains to hit. But AUI is always there. With his boots up already, oh god, that first blood really helped him out actually. Haas just keeps on coming. Fluff and Whitebeard forced back, and god, that tick damage.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
Yawar at mid, already forcing Susie back. Bottle's incoming though, so the DK should have a decent time there. Shadow Fiend, Bottle, and boots? No, it's Biryu's boots. A little more movement speed up at top. AUI dropping low, heals himself up. He looks like he's okay with a quad blink back as well. Tombstone is now down. 50 seconds. But the Scarth may... Oh, sorry, the Winter Wyvern has to run all the way back to base.
Yeah, but so does the Undying, so... In the meantime, the cores can just stay here and sap EXP and farm to an extent. JO's getting a lot of good CS though. Like, really, really good CS for the safe lane. He hasn't skilled a single point in Flame Guard for For obvious reasons, there's a lot of magic damage coming out of their potential dual lane / Char lane at the start. But with the level 2 steering chains, they do have more kill pressure now.
Yawa, how are you doing? 16 and 2. So definitely beating this Dragon Knight at the middle lane, which you'd expect from the Razors coming out of the Shadow Fiend. But he's also got the jungle at his disposal. Biryu, oh god, Biryu has a DD. If they can get triple raise onto the DK here, maybe not even require double raise with the shards and snowball. Trying to pick off, and AUI's even coming in as well with his boots and Arctic Burn. They're definitely prepping themselves for this hit. Pings come out saying they're stacking camps, they're going to build things up for the Shadow Fiend, but little do they know, they're actually going in and looking for a kill. Just need Susie to move himself a little bit closer here. But with the creep up on the high ground, Charles to start things off, they've trapped him. They've trapped the DK and Snowball will lock him down. Yawar, final long range raise. Finds the kill on that Dragon Knight. Movement.
Yeah, that's I mean, that's a no-win situation for him, really. Like, I don't know, that kind of gank is, you can't really scout it out, because if the DK just sits back, the SF will just get total lane control, which he already kind of has because he is going up against DK, so it makes it worse for him. And then if you do scout it out, then yeah, again, you just lose out on so much. It's really a hard matchup for the DK, this one. SF versus DK, probably one of the worst ones out there for DK.
Whitebeard gonna go and sentry up the camp. He sees there's one little stack over there, doesn't want any more gold being built up, but Biryu, oh, he sees him. Now, why would a zombie be walking over through our jungle? They've got to know. They've got to know that there's a ward here somewhere, there's some kind of vision, maybe maybe something blocking the camp.
Susie's dead again.
God, yeah, you're right. Shards and the razors. Level 3 razors on Yawar, 27 last hits. He's level 6 already.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's that easy. Like, I don't know, this matchup as a whole, I know they picked DK third and saying that, okay, one, we want to push, and two, DK can actually be really good against Quap. If you survive until level 6, the Dragon Form outscales Quap a ton. But against SF, it's not the same, because SF pushes out the wave on you, so you can't really utilize your ultimate to push the tower effectively. And he farms better than you, and he hits harder than you in the lane. Like, it's just a total domination from the very start of the game. So the fact that the supports are just walking in and getting these kills, and they're getting golden EXP for these things, it's a huge victory for DC yet again. And I'm not sure what Fire can do to make this better for the Dragon Knight.
And then they've got Bulba down on bottom lane, farming away, 23 last hits. He's basically a safe lane farmer. They have 3 cores, all farming very, very nicely with... Whitebeard is in the same... it's the same again. Whitebeard and Fluff are on these 2 supports that... they aren't dynamic enough to go around and actively look for fights, and he's even pushed himself too far forward with the decay. The duel's there already. Bulba finds the extra damage, and... oh god, okay, Nature's Wrath will kill off the Tusk onto the Tombstone, so they get some kind of trade-off. But yeah, Whitebeard and Fluff, they're on these 2 supports that, I don't feel are dynamic enough to go around roaming, looking for kills and looking for pickoffs. They can zone, they can harass, they can, be a nuisance. But they can't really finish people off. They don't have the heroes here to go and look for kills early on.
Now Whitebeard is going to just come down, spam his DK as best as he can, and sap the XP, but Quap, honestly, Quap just doesn't care.
Are they trying to force the Quap blink back? Yeah, TC just walks in. Moo tried it. They wanted to, I think, to try and force, or Whitebeard wanted to force the Quap to blink back into Moo, and then they sprout and kill. TC wasn't having any of it.
No. They have a lane ward there too, so I'm pretty sure they can just scout out most of what they want to do.
Oh, TC, Mango Bottle. What does Yawa go into this game? We've seen the deviation away from Mech Shadow Fiend into sort of Midas SF, the Sand first, or the BKB first Shadow Fiend. I guess BKB would be good here against Ancient Seal, Dragon Tail, the stuns and things like that.
I think the best builds nowadays revolve around the SNY and Dominator. You can either get both of them, SNY Dominator into Scotty, or you can just get the SNY and Scotty, skip or omit the Dominator. BKB is definitely good. But SF is really a hero that if you can get away with it without getting it, then you excel so much more, because these items nowadays pardon me, there's a fight at bottom.
It's fine. Good TP out by Moo. Whitebeard though, Shadow Strike, still on cooldown. They don't have anything to slow him or stop him. Is a Scream going to be enough? With a few right clicks, the stick charges keep him up and running. Decay. Enough HP for now, but TC blinks forward. He wants this kill. He'll find it. Is this coming in though? Jo Ember, yeah, forward. They've got the kill with the Nature's Wrath, and now on the back end as well. AUI drops to Moo, and 747 coming in from the side.
Well, And one thing you can do for the DK is give him a haste rune and have him rotate like this and take the tower. It looks like they're about to take the tower, so this is a really, really big rotation coming out of him. Geo with a really nice TP as well. Honestly, that play by TC there, it was bold. Definitely not the right call. Like, co-ops blinking in like that against tier 1 towers or towers in general, you can get punished really easily, and I think that was a classic example. Now, at the top lane, Fluff.
Bulba, 2 duels, 2 wins. 20 damage, 8 minutes in. And you know, he's looking pretty good for himself. This safe lane Legion, then they sort of sort things up, put the Quap down at bot, and have TC farm away. They're still getting a ton of farm. You know, meanwhile, Fire are looking for the aggressive plays on the side lanes, right? They know that the Shadow Fiend mid is difficult to gang. His movement towards the jungle, towards the tier 1 mid, with Tusk always there with the snowball save. They don't know quite what's going to be happening. It's difficult to gank him regardless. So they've been looking for the action on side lanes. They found a little bit of it, but Yawa farming away like a madman. But now they've got vision of this stack, of this pull. So when Shadow Fiend goes to... Oh, they've even seen the smoke. They're not pinging it. They had vision of that, right?
Probably a semi-vision of it. I think Biri just... It was basically a solo smoke for himself. He just wanted to be down here for some presence in case they pushed, get some vision out too. But Whitebeard coming in to sap some stack EXP, and now that stack's been shared 3 ways.
It's something difficult to notice as well. You kind of know when one person is sapping away experience. If you're like Enigma or something in the jungle, you know, okay, I should be getting 53 experience here, or you know, in between, and I'm only getting half of that. You kind of know what's going on, but with the Winter Wyvern there, it's a lot more difficult to judge. And Whitebeard got away with that pretty nicely, and Biryu's smoke came to nothing. Find anything.
No. Again, I think it was just a simple, I'm scared to go in my jungle, so I'm just gonna try it with a smoke kind of thing. And in the end, they did get a ward down, just under their pull camp, so they want to scout out the potential aggression / movements coming out of the enemy inside their woods. So it, I wouldn't say it was like all for naught kind of thing, but we have another smoke gank at top from Fire, and I think this one might be a bit more fruitful.
Look at the Tusk. He actually TP's in here. 4 heroes converging, the net is closing in on them.
Oh no, they can't go for this.
Concussive shot with the tombstone shards are there trying to block him out, but Jo, the Requiem, it's gonna do a decent amount of damage, but it's finished off already. Biryu clears up the tombstone. Jo, he's got the damage output, Remnant's back, Sonic Wave across from TC, finished off the Undying. Fluff on 79 HP. Not gonna get killed and will TP himself away, so they get themselves the SF on the Tusk, Undying in exchange. Overall, is it fully worth it though? Like the Shadow Fiend being killed there, he loses 270 gold. You've still got Bulba farming top, and that was a 5-man commitment. If they get the tier 1, I can say that, you know, it's probably going to be going their way.
You know what? I think I misgauged it. It was actually totally worth for them. What I saw was I thought as soon as the concussive shot came from the smoke, and Fluff didn't reveal himself, that they were just going to get pressured and just run. But hold that thought, Jo.
Oh, the blink forward. Susie's dead, and Jo doesn't have Remnant. The Snowball picking everyone up on the way. They're going to catch him. He's got no way to jump away. Snowball does not actually connect, and the ice shards are on cooldown. I thought that was a lot closer than it was.
Yeah, I think that was overall worth it for Fire though. Again, this DK is kind of in comeback mode. He needs everything he can get, and that killing that Shadow Fiend there is really big because it not only delays the Dominator, but that also delays his next item after, because the Dominator is mainly a mediator kind of thing, or a channel item. You start stacking your Ancients or start stacking Woods, whatever, and it helps you farm so efficiently with it, because you have the natural Life Leech, and you have Presence of the Dark Lord, which reduces armor from all neutrals and stuff like that as well. So yeah, it was a good kill. I totally forgot about the Furion ulti. Again, I haven't seen this hero playing in competitive in ages, so that did a really big amount of damage on its towards its last bounces.
Yeah, so if something comes out of nowhere, you don't realize it, then bam. See where it hurts. And Moo nearly has his Orchid completed. Sides him against Queen of Pain, against Winter Wyvern, anyone like this? Actually, start opening things up for them. You can get the jump. From Ancient Seal and the Orchid. Oh man, up at the top. Have they seen AUI? Hiding in the trees. He's got his Winter's Curse. And Moo is hunting for him. Oh, Dwight, they know he's there now. Gotta go away. You've got to fly as far as you can. Light chains. JO's caught him. The Winter's Curse to try and buy him some time. Is it going to be enough though? With the zombies chasing him down, he's not getting out of this one. Skarth is the trade-off down at bot lane though. But DC don't get a tower. Fire are just opening up the map for themselves. Tier 1 after tier 1, 12 minutes in, they've got them all.
Radiant's top tower
Yep, and honestly, right now, my big question here is, again, Legion Commander. Is it the hero? Is it just not being utilized correctly this game? I'm not sure, but it's 3.6k net worth. He has nothing. And I thought he was just farming the whole game, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know, like, this hero is honestly just kind of iffy. I don't know if it's NRP are honestly the only people that I see success with this hero. It's like the total definition of a jack of all trades, but a master of none. Because you really want to play around the moment of courage and the duel, kind of like how Juggernaut wants to play around his crit and his ultimate to burst down targets in fights. But Juggernaut goes invulnerable and can farm much better with it than Moment of Courage offers that. And yeah, I don't know. It's just a very half-half hero, wishy-washy hero.
Oh, Yawa, is this the play? He's stunned up. The Requiem out, so they're slow, damage reduced, and the Shadow Fiend looks like he might be just fine to walk himself back. But yeah, when I was looking at Bulba, sure enough, he's got 3 duel wins. It's really all been Fire running into him, or being caught out, and Bulba's found these nice little hits of damage. Does feel like he's been farming a lot of the game, but hasn't really gained too much out of it. So
yeah, it's like, what does he have really, right? Like, his CS count's not that bad. It's pretty good for an offlaner. His inventory seems very empty, and he has 1.3k gold, which is good, but you can expect a Blink Dagger at this rate at like what? At 15 minutes, 15.5, and I don't know, like, is he gonna blink in into all that team fight? And he might just end up getting himself killed by the Skywrath ultimate or something. It's just a very odd hero. And I think we saw a good demonstration of how weak it can be in games last game.
Or you find yourself sat on top of a tombstone and the zombies just start stacking up on you.
I honestly, I don't know how to play this hero. I really don't. I think it can be good, but it's very hard to find the right place for him. And now I think he might get caught out. Well, he has a Quelling Blade though.
And
yeah, so there's no Sprouted. Oh, Centaur Stomp!
Oh god. That was close, butt clench moment. Bulba gets away though. And how are they doing level-wise? Because their support seem pretty good. AUI is getting towards level 7, Biryu is hit level 6, Arcane Boots, you know, their support's net worth are actually looking pretty nice. The Undying is the... Oh god, he's doing it. I was going to say Undying is like the outlier here. He's got pretty decent net worth for 15 minutes in for support. He has been given a... Oh god, Winter's Curse, middle lane, 747, yeah. Susie with a haste rune again, but the duel comes out. Bulba catches him and that's a kill. Duel win, yep, there we go. Winner for Bulba. Other 10 damage, thank you very much. Dying is buying Aghanim Scepter. Straight up. First item.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, if I really want to see this game progress to that point where he gets the axe, and I want to see what he does in that fight, because in these team fights, man, these DK stacks, when he maxes it, oh my goodness.
The best part is if you steal strength with Decay as Undying, your hero model gets bigger as well. That's the one thing I wanted to see. Like, I didn't care about getting, you know, 9,500 health. I wanted to see my hero as big as an ancient. That was my goal.
There was a nice thing in Dota 1. You could Bloodlust the Undying, and then he could ultimate, because Flesh Golem makes him bigger in Dota 1.
And then BKB.
And yeah, and then you BKB'd. And actually, there was a thing that you could do a combination of these things and more, and the Undying would actually take up half the screen. It was pretty funny.
When they released Ability Draft, when that first came out in Dota 2, you could take Grow and Flesh Golem and Decay and things like that, and you would just be massive. Absolutely disgusting.
Oh yeah.
Huge with
Yeah,
a
Grow
BKB.
is good. Yep.
Okay, here we go. Tier 2 tower. Put Fire want. They've smoked in a couple in the back. Fluff and Jo. For the entry wraparound. Biryu, Bulba, AUI, they're getting ready. Winter's Curse in 19 seconds. The rest of the team aren't really prepped for this. I don't know if Tier 2 is really where you want to be standing. And Yule Scepter on the Queen of Pain is not a great aggressive item. Good against saving you. Against these silences out from your Nature's Prophet Orchid and the Ancient Seal Skywrath. But they're pinging out. I think they know there's people waiting over to the side. Yeah, they're signaling it. Jo wants to jump forward with the Remnant. He's going to get the Sleight of Fist as well. But Searing Chain's target hits AUI, who turns. But no mana for the Winter's Curse. Charge up. They'll have it now, but the Tier 2 has already taken a fall. Yawar up at top. Yasha with the helm. It's like a complete reversal of the last game. Towers here for Digital Chaos seems impossible almost.
Yeah, it's on. I don't know. I really think it's just Legion pick, man. They have good heroes, but then the Legion commander doesn't really have a place here. So instead of a hero that could give them more presence, they have this hero that's trying to farm the Blink Dagger. He actually has it now. and he has duel now. So this is when Legion commanders generally hit their power spike, and he does have 40 duel damage as well. So it's pretty good in that sense. I'm not sure if they're gonna find December because Jo, I think he's aware of something that's fishy around the map.
Running.
And he's really poor too, eh? Like this game, everybody's kind of poor if you look at their inventories. Like, I think DK looks like he has some sort of farm, and SF obviously is quite farmed. But everybody else, like, it doesn't seem like their net worth really describes to justice what their real values are.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, DK is naturally tanky, so just buying strength items up on him is pretty good. But the Nature's Prophet has kind of surprised me here with Orchid Rush. Mu has been, you know, sneakily, silently farming away. He's 105. He's just really found value everywhere he can on the map, and now into Medallion, they want to go for this Roche as quickly as they can. They might even just go for it straight away right now. Not scattered out, there's no Radiant Wards. Sigil, Biryu, what a player. See everything.
Yep, so they are scouting it out. Not too sure how much they want to do to contest, because if AOI is showing himself at top like this, they know there's no contest to this. And I do think in my mind, like, I think they can contest it. They just have to run for it right away, and I think DC just decided not to. They're gonna give up this Aegis. It's gonna take some time apparently, but it's not the slowest one in the world. Again, they do have a medallion, despite the effect of getting nerfed. Yeah, we can see it here. It's only reducing 3 armor out of the 7 that it could have reduced last patch.
Up at top, pretty natural trade-off. The tier 1 from the Dire taken out there, so a nice little boost of gold out onto UI and Biryu. TC with the Yule Scepter, you know, great defensively. We mentioned that. Next item though, do you consider still going for the Orchid up against this Ember Spirit, who Manta style is not going to be a natural first choice, still good against the Scarith Mage and the Prophet as well? Or do you want to go with more of this sort of battle Aghanims BKB build? Or neither? Is your third option?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I think BKB you can't really go wrong.
But he's already gone Yules. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah,
if you'd gone BKB
that's
instead of the Yule Scepter, I'd say go for, you know, a Hex or something like that straight up.
Yeah. See, I don't actually know how much the I don't know how much BKB does, but I don't know how much Ags does either. I don't know. I think he's gonna go Ags, just given his position at the secret shop. But it's like Ags is a really weird item on Quap, because sometimes it just makes the hero fall off completely. But sometimes it's very good because if you get it early enough, you're so tanky and you can just solo kill many things and just keep spamming ultimate. Not too sure if this is going to be one of those game scenarios though, that's all.
I guess the pure damage against the Dragon Knight and the Ember Spirit is going to be pretty good.
Yeah, but you know, it's like they need an executing blow this game. And the thing is, Shadow Fiend is the one that's going to do the majority of like team damage, I think. As I say that, he picked up a Manta style. I think I'm starting to see his style of what he wants to do or how he wants to play this. But hold that thought, because Jo at the top lane is about to die.
Blink duel. Oh, the Winter's Curse starts things off. Bulba holding it until he knows he can get the bonus damage, and there we go. 4. 2 ultis blown onto that. Sonic Wave still held. A good little pick-off, while Fire, they want to try and find something. They move themselves through the Radiant Jungle, tier 2 mid. What they're aiming for, but Yawa TP's in, he's got the razors, clears out the wave, says, yeah, your push doesn't exist anymore. You've got the Dragon Knight to try and, you know, get the little debuff onto our tier 2, but it's not going to do much. Not do much at all.
And he also went for Heaven's Halberd first item. I haven't seen Heaven's Halberd first item on DK in a very, very long time, but maybe it's good again. I'm not sure. I don't think so. The hero needs like other things than just evasion, and there is the Tombstone nerf coming into place. Shadow Fiend was already good against Tombstone because he does so much damage, but the fact that illusions count as 1 tick of damage means that heroes like PL just make this Tombstone completely useless.
That's pretty crazy, actually.
Yeah, PL actually just melts Tombstone. Like Tombstone it spawns and then it disappears before like the second rotation of zombies.
Oh, poor little Undying. Time to start skipping Tombstone, just max decay and soul rip.
Max decay and go Ags, exactly. That's the build, man. He's pretty close, actually. He's only 1200 minus change off from it. And when he gets it, man, I guarantee if there is team fights, he's going to be a huge force in it. 200 HP steal from every hero you cast it on in 4-second cooldown. Oh my goodness. This spell is so ridiculously good.
Yeah, then you amp up the damage that Jo is pumping out as well with his Battle Fury gun. 600 gold away.
And he amps his own damage too, because Decay actually has a base damage of 140.
Yeah.
So essentially, if you consider that the amp is negating all magic resistance, assuming you're on top of them or something, you're actually doing like 330 damage per nuke, AoE, 4 seconds. I remember another hero that used to do that last patch. He was first banned every game. It's called Leshran.
A question, does the decay do the damage before stealing the strength or after?
I believe after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Overpowered hero then. I'm dying. What a guy.
I mean, this is Fire's trademark, and it obviously received some big nerfs on the Tombstone, but it got compensated with a mid-game option.
Well, how are we looking now for the Queen of Pain? Aghanim's 1600 gold away. Bulba, 1200 in the bank, but neither of these heroes really are progressing that well into anything. Shadow Fiend, like you said, is mainly their damage dealer. He's going to be the one sitting in the middle. He's stacked up Ancients a bunch? No, he's only got one camp there. Clear through that, no problem. Split push is coming out. Bulba up on top lane, while TC tries to deal with that side lane down at bot. Battle Fury's done. Jo has his item. And this is where things start to get a little bit rough, because if Fire group up as 5 here and look for the final tier 2s at mid and top, there's a glyph available. And DC, I think they realize the sort of predicament that they'll be getting themselves into in the next 5 minutes when Fire really do ramp up the pressure towards the tier 2s and tier 3s. And even the next Roshan. They're trying to grab something here. By moving down to bottom lane, there's nothing. They're not finding anything. Nature's Prophet isn't here, he's already moved himself back into his own jungle.
He's also got a Solar Crest.
That'll pick up for him.
Pretty good item to put on the SF.
You can't target magic immune. Wait.
Oh, you cannot.
Yeah, that was one of the changes. I'm still having difficulties like remembering every single little thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's gonna be a good while before everybody figures out everything. But
there's no BKB on the Shadow Fiend, so still.
No, exactly. It's very good. I mean, Solar Crest is gonna be good every game. But it's gonna be especially good against such right-click or auto-attack centric heroes. And there is a port coming out of the Fury at bottom, but does he realize that there is a trap for him? We'll find out in a moment. If he scouts out with the Treants, it'd be really nice for him, but otherwise, he might pay the price with his life. I think DC is starting to become wary though. Yeah, I mean, this is taking way too long for them to go and look for an opportunity. They have a ward, so they feel relatively secure just staying in the area, but I think they realize that they might get hunted anytime soon, and yeah. Moo's actually pinging it out. Okay, they're gone.
They were trying this sort of two-pronged bait and switch kind of scenario where Yawa went for the deny on the tier 2 mid, while Fire were all grouping around. Fire never went in for that hit onto the Shadow Fiend, probably expecting, you know, heroes to be up on that tier 3 ramp at mid, waiting to defend him, but they were all down at bottom lane, so gonna TP it in, try and save him, but in the end, they couldn't really find anything. Wait, is there a gem? Yeah, Biryu has a gem on the Tusk actually.
Yeah, and you know what? Yara's actually going for a very old school SF build. This is a... yeah, this is like a... The only thing that's missing is like Blink Dagger. Some people would... In the past, they would get Blink Dagger over the Helm of Dominator. Some people would get the Blink and the Dominator. But this whole Manta BKB thing, it completely fell off. And as I say that, AUI actually got picked off at a very odd position. I normally don't expect him getting picked like this, so... I think... Was he trying to ward or...
He has no wards on it.
Yeah. That's odd. I normally don't see AUI getting out of position like that, but anyways, yeah, it's a very old school build coming out of the SF. We haven't seen it for good reason. I think there's a lot of items that are better. Manta is an item that used to get purchased every time, and it did get a slight buff this patch too, so you can spam it more frequently, but it's not an item that you always feel comfortable on. And I guess it burns off the chain as well as the Skywrath Silence, Ancient Steel. But he was going to get a BKB anyway this game for sure, so I'm not sure how much it'll help him, even with the split pushing.
What are your thoughts on AUI's actual item build? Earn drums and then into the Glimmer Cave. The drums.
Yeah, I don't know about the drums.
Yeah.
The thing is, drums, the 25 attack speed boost is actually it's a pretty good buff going to 25 from 20. Because 25 is actually very noticeable. It's like giving everybody a threat in terms of attack speed in the fights. But I'm still like somewhat skeptical of the item itself. I think it's very deceptive as an item. It's not really worth the value that it is, I think.
I've seen it from Always Want to Fly on 4-roll Lina, where, you know, it helps push towers, it helps sort of give that buff in team fights, and it's a great stopgap item between sort of, you know, your Arcane Boots and your Yule Scepter. Here, though, with the Winter Wyvern, who wants to, you know, sit back, he's not really the go in, initiate, and find that nuke damage out there. It's like Winter's Curse, back off, and then see what happens kind of thing. Maybe it's a change-up. Oh god, Fluff. Duel stop. And the Sonic Wave. Oh, catches the Courier in the back, the Gems on the ground, and they've got the duel. Doozy, do you die before the duel ends? No, it's a winner-winner. Moo is caught in the... Oh god, just one by one, they're all dead. 3 down. Tombstone gone as well. Gem stolen. Everything has gone to shit here for Fire in one fell swoop. Oh my goodness.
Wow. That might have been the throw. That was pretty bad. Yeah, that was very, very bad for them. 2 towers gone, lost 2 very, very important cores that generally have to stay ahead in net worth, and now SF might be able to force high ground.
Yeah, Undying got his Aghanim Scepter like, I don't know, a minute and a half ago or whatever it was, and I was sort of, you know, spamming that out. But here we go. High ground defense thing I didn't expect to be seen. The Digital Chaos were going to go high ground 28 minutes in when all of the push, all of the pressure has been made up by Fire. But Aegis is gone, Roshan's back alive. I don't know if DC have a way into the pit to actually take down Roshan too quickly, and yeah, Yawa just TPs himself around. They've got to really deal with these lanes.
Yeah, this TP might be really bad though. I think Yawa might have to be very worried here. As I say that he's moving his hero to the right. I'm not sure if he's gonna check the rune, but most importantly, you have to protect the Roshan because Fire can do it at any time. They have a solar crest, and most of the time with 5 heroes, you can definitely kill it in. AUI getting out there by the skin of its teeth there. Really nice escape, but yeah, I think Roshan's the next play for both teams. Radiant has to protect it, and Dire has to try and force it.
There are very few players who go for moves like that, honestly. The Splinter Blast to try and slow the push, and then the TP out against 5 heroes all grouping up. But here we go. Solar Crest onto Roche. Got everyone in there. Moo is up on the high ground. Trying to give a bit of vision.
Oh, this is the fight. They have to split.
Sees all. Radiant have every single one of their ultimates. Whitebeard, Tombstone down. Got no real way of clearing this out though, with no vision up onto the high ground. Yawa says, screw it, I'm gonna BKB and Requiem. TC blinks onto the high ground to deal with the Tombstone and will start wailing away at that. Meanwhile on the side though, Whitebeard held in place by the duel, hitting through the trees, the missed chance, he still gets the winner, and 747's caught as well in the shards, with the Mystic Flare not landing onto anyone. Still Chaos. Ruction. Crushing. Does he jump to the Remnant? Is he gonna... running? They've got no one to catch him actually. Jo pretty quick feet, gets himself away, but Roshan goes over to your Radiant team.
I think 747 is really starting to regret this Heaven's Halberd choice. Yeah, I think he really needed a BKB this game. And I'm not sure if SNY or just the casual Sand is the gateway item, maybe even a Silver Edge, but I don't think Heaven's Halberd was the choice. I remember now, like, the reason why DKs don't go for this item, even though on paper it's like a very, very good strength item, is entirely because of this. Like, it just doesn't do enough in the fights most of the time. It has a lot of nice properties, but it's simply just not enough for a Dragon Knight.
You have no extra damage, no extra attack speed really out from something like the Shadow Blade. The Blink Dagger then came a little bit later because of that Talisman of Evasion, so any jump potential that you would want for your DK has all gone down the drain. So Roshan, tier 2. Digital Chaos, let's take a quick little look. Okay. Net worth graph, yeah. That's a straight line up almost. That's as big a spike I have ever seen. Holy crap. From negative 1,000 to 10,000 in one move.
I'm just sad that they can't utilize this Aghanim's Undying. I really want to see Undying go from like 1.4k HP to 2.4k HP in a spell click, but at this rate, they're not going to give him the light of day to be able to do this. DC, they had 2 BKBs in the last fight. Yor now has an AC, so this is like a full siege tank high ground build coming out of him. And I'm not sure if there's enough farm on the side of Fire to be able to burst this guy down during BKB.
Whitebeard, what are you doing over here alone? Your Ember Spirit's already jumped himself away, and Jo got 1 ultimate orb on top of his Battle Fury. Is that going to be Lincoln Sphere on Jo, or into the Skadi?
I mean, it could be one of those. It could be Lincoln's or Manta. I don't think it's going to be Skadi.
I like the Lincolns against, Winter's Curse.
Yeah.
things like that. Maybe the Yule Scepter out, because Yule's on the Queen of Pain is one thing that we didn't really touch on, is it does purge off that Flame Guard still.
Yeah, it's very annoying.
Really good against the Ember Spirits.
Mm-hmm.
See? He's nearly got his full Scythe of Vice. Well, saying nearly, he's still 2,000 gold away, but... One tier 2, another fight like that. Creep waves, he'll have it in a pretty short amount of time, while the full Assault Cuirass is actually built by Yawa. High ground destruction item if I've ever seen one, and yeah, tier 2 is already pretty much dead. Finished off by the Radiant there. TC and Yawa both missing out on it. Defending high ground here. Fire, they've got good pushing, but what's their creep clear? Light of Fist from Ember, Breathe Fire, Tombstone's placed by Whitebeard saying, well, tier 3 is probably going to drop here, I'll place it behind the ranks. Illusions come in, a couple of hits, not going to finish it off. Continue.
I wonder, with those Tombstone changes, does that mean heroes like Lycan, they can't burst down the Tombstone with the summons anymore?
I'm not sure.
Because before, one of the things that you would do with Lycan against Undying is once you pop ultimate, you would just send the Wolves and the Necropoke, whatever level it is, and it would actually melt the Tombstone as well. But I'm not sure if you can do that anymore.
No, I don't know how
it just says attacks to destroy. It doesn't say
hero.
Like it doesn't specify hero. I wonder.
Because on Phoenix it says hero attacks, right? On the Super.
Yeah.
Huh. Something worth testing. Okay. I'm not sure either. I've always felt that Undying, the Tombstone change from whatever it was, you know, up to 500 HP, whatever the Tombstone was at level 4, down to 7 attacks. Pretty drastic nerf, but Whitebeard still has it in him. He still has that one item, which really can just make him impossible to kill in a team fight. Now he's level 11 as well. He's skipped past level 2 ulti. What's the scaling like on Flesh Golem? I'm guessing it's not great.
It's not great. It's okay. I would say Soul Rip's actually more important. It's similar to Tusk and Ember, really.
Yeah.
I mean, Ember is like a classic case where you just don't level Remnants. You know what? I'm actually, as I say that, I clicked JO, so there's 2 things I was wrong about. Is one, he actually leveled Remnants. I never do this. I value the stats much more, and 747 gets picked at a very erratic position. That's very deep, very far outside of his own comfort zone territory, so... Yeah, I think he had a few of those deaths this game, and I think his awareness is, like it needs to apply. I'm not sure if he's like tilting from the bad experiences this game as a whole, but it's you can't have those deaths right now in this to stage a comeback.
I completely missed that death, honestly. Like the Dragonite tanky ass hero must have been hit for quite a while. I just did not see that at all. My bad guys. But middle lane, Ash Shards, the spam comes out, Nature's Wrath, good chains out onto the Tusk, Queen of Pain.
Yeah. Honestly, they're having a hard time high grounding against this DK, straight up. Look at Yawar. He should be 1900 life points right now. And you can see the 2 decays. It's ruining him.
Man, yeah. Decay and Sleight of Fist. What a combo.
Man, I think if Fire didn't have that triple feed into double tower at bottom, they would be in a very good position this game. And Jo actually finished the full Scotty, so he's got something now too. But this is what I wanted to mention as well. First of all, normally Embers don't max their Remnant because Remnant is kind of a tool that you use for escape more than initiation. And the 50 damage is like when you get it from between level 11 to 16, like it's not that impactful. And as I say that again, another pick on Fluff this time with a BKB Shadowblade initiation coming out of Bulba. Yeah. So nice pick there. Didn't
miss that one. I saw that one coming. Bulba just finds it. Because I was actually going to bring up Bulba, and we mentioned his early game, you know, his net worth was pretty low, it wasn't spectacular, he just sort of grind. It literally felt like he was grinding away until his actual Blink, Shadowblade, and whatever he went for next.
Yeah.
After even that, though, like, he still hasn't had this massive impact. You know, he's had duel after duel after duel, but it's not been him. He's had these duels because of other team members, of other actual heroes setting things up, doing damage, and he's just come in and said, thanks for the damage, I guess, guys.
Yeah, it's really that. Like, this is my concern with the hero, is that, I mean, what other offlaner couldn't have done this? It's at the end of the day, that's all I end up asking myself. And you mentioned the Earthshaker not being picked earlier, but an ES would have been pretty darn good for them this game too. So it's just really this hero, what is it really good for? I think it's still in the experimental stages.
Okay, thanks Blaze. Blaze has just let me know that creeps, summons and all that do half damage. They need 14 attacks to kill the max level Tombstone.
Oh, okay. 14 hits, huh?
It's still not that bad if you've got Necro Warrior.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Yeah. Necro Wolves, like it's like just a 3-hit rotation, and that comes out in like a second and a half, really.
Okay. That's nice to know. Nice to know. Fire. Fluff and stuff hiding up in the trees. Oh, the pings are coming out. Do they know? See him now. Arcane bolts come out. Time to TP away, Fluff. Time to TP away. Get yourself out of here. This is not a safe place to be. They're actually converging in. Bulba. He's there. He's not going to find him in time. Fluff.
Wow, that is so close. Yeah.
Very, very close. Hex on TC. We've already seen that one. And Yawar, what's he heading into now? He's got something on the courier, right? MKB, complete, done. Completely finished up. And Ember has a Skadi. Done.
Yep.
Yourself
it's going to be good to, honestly, their strat here, I think, is just to kite and delay the fight as long as possible, so the Undying can actually do the damage. And I think this is how they have to play this game at this point. I don't think Ember is going to get like 6 slotted anytime soon. And I don't think Dragon Knight does that much damage as he offers just presence and control in fights. And as I say that, I think Ember and DK reverse roles or something. DK didn't max his stun. And Ember max remnants. 2 things that I just don't see on those heroes. Because max stun on DK is very good. Not only does it give you like longer duration, you'll notice it more at level 4 of course, than just from 1 to 2. But it also lowers the cooldown. DK's forte into the late game really comes from not just tankiness, but being able to stun up people like crazy. And yeah, I'm not sure if he's building on that.
There's one decay. It still feels weird. You know, just hearing it saying Undying needs to be the one that does all the damage when there's an Ember Spirit Battle Fury in the game. But
I mean, it really is him though. Between Flesh Golem, Decay Spam, it is him. Ember is there to... Of course, Ember deals more damage overall, but like the Skadi build, it's to really just kite people on the high ground. Because when you Sleight of Fist, the Skadi slows everybody for like 4 or 5 seconds, something like that. And honestly, it's just like, it's very, very annoying to deal with in the team fights.
Oh, Bulba.
Oh dear.
Here we go. Duel. And in with the damage. Queen of Pain. Jo is dead. Hex out as well to finish him off.
Huge pick off. He doesn't have buyback.
Oh god, you're right. Oh boy. Fire and a ton of trouble.
And Legend.
Here. Mid lane. Susie's gone as well. No buyback on I. Is that just it? Is that just game?
I think that's the... yeah, it's a pretty anticlimactic game ending there, but I think that's it.
Undying, show us what you've got. Come on, Whitebeard, let's do this. Let's do this. You've got your Ghost Scepter, just run in and try and do as much as you can because you know, Nature's Prophet, he can afford a Hex, and he actually bought up the Void Stone earlier, but he's not finished that one off. Mid lane, Rax gone. Yawar just cleans them up. Tombstone. There go the 7 hits. Healed up by the Soul Rip, so another 3 hits have to go through. And Yawar's losing a decent amount of strength here from that decay. Zombies are stacking up, but Bulba jumps in, stance, BKB, duel, Whitebeard, sorry buddy. Can't stack up the 5-man decay like we wanted to see. There's no buybacks on Fire here. Nature's Prophet is the last man standing, and there's no real way he can defend the base alone. Digital Chaos 2-0ing. Well, you know, it looks like it's going that way. Definitely looks like it's going that way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see what the fallback option is. Fire had a early mid-game centric push lineup that's catered towards taking the towers, which they did, and then somehow forcing high ground with a snowball / item advantage, which is something that they couldn't do. And again, despite all the things we said about the Legion Commander, how it felt it was like not as impactful as it could have been on any other hero type of thing, Fire just, they had a really, really big throw at bottom. Just 1 by 1 walking in, losing 2 towers like that. Something that's going to get punished in any game scenario.
Safe play here from Digital Chaos, go into the Roche pit, take the Aegis, and Yawar doesn't have slots for this, so Bulba looks like he's got the... oh, there's cheese as well, so TC cheese? No, TC Aegis, Bulba cheese, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, Yawar's massive. It's almost 2 times the net worth of Furion. Pretty much the 2 times the net worth of the enemy mid laner. DK against SF, man. You don't want to play that matchup. It's not fun. It's not fun for the DK at all.
Oh, Yawar played it pretty much perfectly. Even with the warding coming out of Fire, you know, they were looking for the stacks, looking for the little bit of flash farming coming from the Shadow Fiend. But 28,000 net worth, 41 minutes in. This guy definitely had a good game. Defense time against Double Winter's Curse. AUI, Brutes of Travel, Glimmer, Winter, and the Refresher Orb. You know, can't fault his item build now after the drums. And you've also got the double Hex from TC. They really have a lot of tools here just to go and break that final tier 3 and racks. 23-7. 42 minutes into this, Satanic, picked up by the Shadow Fiend kind of casually, whatever. We're Satanic now, doesn't really matter too much, but Jo, in this situation, do you actually save a buy? No, you don't. This is what I was going to ask. Just go for the crit, right? And he does.
Yeah. Buy out. Do everything you can to hold base. Because when this last line of defense falls, hold that thought. 747 died again.
Yeah, I was kind of looking at the bot racks dying, but they've already jumped in. Bulba, duel not available, obviously, but the second Sonic Wave TC clears up. 2 dead with no buyback. Jo, Fluff, and where is Moo? TP's in, sprouts up his own teammate. Much they can do for this. Mega creeps up now for the Radiant. TC blinks forward with a Hex onto Jo, with his curse now with a double ult from AUI. Will secure the win. Digital Chaos. Fire tap out, 2-0 sweep here in the MLG World Finals 2015 North American qualifiers. And that was well played, honestly.
Yeah, they played both games very methodically. It was very clean victories. Honestly, they had a strategy at the start and they executed it. What can I say? Just it seemed like a real difference of their last performance or last showing. As you said, they haven't played too many matches recently, and we saw Fire kind of on a hot streak, dominating. And it is a new patch. I mean, it's 1 day since the patch notes got released, so the game's definitely going to change.